So as we said, what we were going to do, the second part of what we were going to use trigonometry for was to find the missing angle. The one thing about it is that trigonometry is all that can be used. The Pythagorean theorem is useless when it comes to it because it only can find the missing sides. Now, what you need to remember is that when we're finding angles, we need to tell the calculator that we're finding angles. So you have to remember that you have to use the second sine, cosine, or tangent button so that your calculator knows that it's using that sine, cosine, or tangent of -1. All right. Some of the calculators show up sine, cosine, tangent, -1. Others don't. It's just a function of the calculator. So just to practice, if my sine ratio is 0.682, that means my angle is 43 degrees. If my tangent ratio is 0.8391, that means my angle is 40 degrees. Put that there just for you to practice. Now, finding angles, much easier than finding sides. Not that finding sides is difficult, but this requires less work. All right? We're going to do the same thing that we did yesterday, which is we're going to set up a proportion using sine, cosine, or tangent. The nice thing, we don't cross multiply. We just go right to the calculator. All right? We are always going to start at the acute angle. In this case, it's the acute angle we are looking for. So we're looking for the angle marked x. 14 is opposite. 15 is hypotenuse. So we know that the sine of x is equal to 14 over 15. We punch into our calculator. Depending upon the order, either 14 divided by 15, second sine of x equals, or second sine is equal to 14 divided by 15, and we should get an angle of 69 degrees. Here we have opposite, adjacent, so that we know the tangent of x is 5 over 13, so that x is 21 degrees. Right? So the nice thing here, once your proportion's set up, you're just going right to your calculator. Okay, here we have opposite, hypotenuse again. So the sine of x is equal to 14 over 20. X is equal to 44 degrees. And then starting here, we have opposite, adjacent, tangent of x is equal to 7 over 5. X is 54 degrees. Going to the back, we have adjacent, hypotenuse, cosine of x is equal to 19 over 29. X is 49 degrees. And then opposite, hypotenuse, sine of x is equal to 2/5. X is 24 degrees. Now going to the one below, again, we're asked for two angles. So to find angle D, it's your choice. For angle D, now I'm going to do everything for angle D in green. This is opposite. This is hypotenuse. That's adjacent. You could use any of the three functions. I'm going to use sine. So the sine of D is equal to 8 over 17, which is 28 degrees. The nice thing you'll find out, no matter which of the three you use, you'll get the exact same number, all the decimals out. Now, for angle E, this is opposite. This is adjacent. Still the hypotenuse. So the sine of E, now you should be expecting E to be 52 degrees because D is 28 and it has to add up. Not 52, but 62. My mistake there is I have to add up to 90. So it's a nice check for you that when you do 15 over 17, the sine of that is 62 degrees. So today's lesson was finding the missing angle. Much easier than finding the missing side because it does not require us to cross multiply.